Have you ever seen pictures of these glowing and kind of mysterious waves in the sky before? They light up the sky with different colors and almost look otherworldly. You might have wondered what these are called, more specifically, what causes them to form, why we're even able to see them, and the effects it might have on us and our beloved planet. From a recent article posted on September 23, 2023, NBC News was told by scientists that if the trend of increased solar activity continues, the next 18 months will, quote, bring the strongest northern lights activity of both the coming decade and the past 20 years. As you can see, this event is common around the world and seems like something that is talked about and monitored regularly. Many people and photographers travel to all different places just to get a rememberable picture of these events. I remember one time my family and I took a trip, I believe, to northern Michigan, and along with other things, we stopped to try to see this event happen for real. Unfortunately, we did not get to see it, but at that moment, I remember feeling excited to possibly get to see such a natural masterpiece. It is an incredible event that unfortunately a lot of people don't get to see and enjoy one of the mysterious wonders of the world. This is an Aurora Borealis, or the Northern Lights. Today I'm going to tell you about this commonly occurring phenomenon called an Aurora Borealis, aka the Northern Lights. How and what causes them to form, and how it affects the Earth, animals, and humans. So to start, what is an Aurora Borealis? Besides the beautiful colors that it produces, basically an aurora is the outcome of the sun's charged particles being hurled into the Earth's atmosphere. They form a vibrant halo around the north and south poles when the energy from when the ions of the solar winds hit the Earth's atmosphere and collide with the oxygen and nitrogen atoms in the ionosphere. When these particles interact during what is called a magnetic storm, they emit energy in the form of light. The energy from these colliding particles is what we are actually seeing. Scientists who have been studying auroras for years found that the colors of the light can be emitted depending on the strength of the solar winds, which depends on the solar weather that is constantly changing and unpredictable. The colors vary based on the altitude and the kinds of atoms involved in the interaction. To get scientific, one article says, quote, if ions strike oxygen atoms high in the atmosphere, it produces a red glow. A green-yellow hue occurs as ions strike oxygen at lower altitudes. Reddish and blue light that often appears in the lower fringes is produced by ions striking atoms of nitrogen. Ions striking hydrogen and helium atoms can produce a blue and purple auroras, although our eyes can rarely detect that part of the electromagnetic spectrum. Now that you know what an aurora is and how they are formed, let's talk about the effects they have on us and our planet. What kind of effects it might have, you ask? Could it suck us into the magnetic field, or could it slowly be killing us? Geobiologist Joseph Kirschfink believes that all bacteria, insects, and mammals appear to have a natural magnetic compass. If that is true, then we can assume that the magnetic storms that form these auroras then the magnetic storms that form these auroras would have some kind of effect on us, our animals, or the Earth. For humans, it doesn't majorly affect us too much, as auroras are not harmful or toxic to humans, and because we don't have very much use for our magnetic compass anymore, though it does affect our infrastructure and can block communication by disrupting our radio signals. It does not have a direct effect on our planet either, since the Earth's magnetic field that you see there in blue, its sole purpose is to protect us from the Earth's or the sun's harmful particles. But for some creatures, on the other hand, they have or they use an iron mineral called magnetite to pick up on these magnetic signals. For example, chittens, that are those? They're found in the ocean, deep in the ocean. Bees and dolphins use this mineral magnetite to pick up on magnetic signals. It is said that the magnetic field triggers the quantum chemical reactions in proteins called cryptochromes, which have been found in the retina of these animals. This means that the outcome of an aurora does have an effect on creatures, as the chemical reactions that the magnetic field triggers in the brain and body probably aren't normal or healthy for them. So, with all that in mind, we really have no reason to worry too much about about what auroras could do to mankind, and can instead focus on their dazzling, mysterious beauty. Now that you know what you do about the Aurora Borealis, it's kind of interesting to know, isn't it? You know that they are the result of colliding ions and atoms from the sun's ionosphere and the Earth's atmosphere, and that the light energy they give off when colliding is what you actually see. You know that they do not have much effect on humans or our planet, but do have some effect on small animals and creatures that do still use their magnetic compass to a sense. Auroras are very relevant and a common matter, so if scientists see more increased solar activity, the auroras will be more active and more visible from different places around the world, which then scientists can use as an opportunity to learn more about them and educate others, and photographers to capture their greatest pictures. To finish, I want to say that if you ever have an opportunity to get out and explore the world, do it and don't hesitate, because you will find a lot of amazing and interesting one-in-a-lifetime things that could be fun to learn about and educate yourself on that you've never even thought of before.